All right, this on? Let me know if you can hear me. Testing a different setup once again. Let's see if this works any better. Hey, Jonathan. Okay, cool. Seems to be working. Back at another impromptu painting session. I was gonna try to do something around lunchtime, but I got sidetracked with other stuff, so taking a late lunch break. Get a little bit more work done on this green goblin. Ooh, that's too gray. And that's it. No real purpose. So it's some purpose, but no agenda. Just trying to get this bad boy done. It's definitely too dark. I'm doing something wrong here. This should probably be purple. Should have been. Let me look that up. No, yeah, that should definitely be purple. That might be what's missing from my here. Let's get a better brush. There we go. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say. Um, except that, like I said yesterday on yesterday's stream, I'm trying to wrap up some pieces that kind of been just sitting on the back burner. I'm just working my way through them, or trying to work my way through them as I'm working on some, as I'm waiting for new license set to come. Also working my way through some commissions, but I can't necessarily show those. Working at those at night. Thanks, Jonathan. I'm struggling a little bit with the colors, but I'll figure it out. And I'm not sure what's happening with the paper here. Like nothing seems to want to stick to it. I find that every now and then I'll run into a sheet of paper that's got like what I can only describe as a hot spot in the surface, and it just behaves differently than the rest of the sheet. And the paint just won't adhere to it properly. So it just ends up frustrating me. I'm hoping this is just because I got it too wet. So I'll let that dry for a bit and work on this end for now. Come back to it in a couple of minutes. Because it's definitely taking better here, or on this side at least. Pretty sure the problem is that my paint's too wet. And then amplified by the fact that I soaked that piece or that part of the piece. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like nothing sticking to it. So hopefully as it dries, I'll be able to give it a proper pass. But in the meantime, because I'm just gonna get some work done on the hand, and then I'll do a purple pass over the glove as well to give it the glow. I was watching one of Ariel Olivetti, I think that's how you pronounce it, one of his videos not too long ago. And throughout the whole video, he was using watercolor or gouache, right? It is a water-based medium, but he was using, and he's just constantly saying the paper is key. Don't cheap out on the paper. And he's right. Don't cheap out on the paper. It just makes you work harder if you're using the wrong kind of paper. And this is not the best paper for such a wet technique that I use for my acrylics. fine for marker and ink, but not so much for what I'm doing here. Just not ideal. Oh yeah, the watercolor paper can get ridiculously expensive. But this isn't even watercolor paper. This is mixed media paper. It's super thin. I don't know why I used this to begin with. Maybe just because I had a few sheets left. But I've done sketch cards on this. It's not as wet of an approach, and they work fine. Part of it might be that I soaked the background yesterday when I did the texture there, and that might have completely damaged the tension and the surface. But as long as there's no holes in the paper, I can figure out a way to work on it. But it just becomes more cumbersome than it needs to be. But I don't want to abandon this piece, so here we are. And I got paint on my monitor. Awesome. Hey, Josh. It's shaking. If you want to hop in, I sent you the link. Not streaming to any of the groups because I don't know what I'm working on. It's just kind of an impromptu painting session. But if you want to, or anyone else, if you guys want to hop on the stream, want to get on camera, make you famous, drop me a note. I'll flip you the link. All right, hey, don't worry, man. Do what you need to do. Work on anything exciting or share worthy? Or not share worthy, shareable? That's okay, man. It's nice to see they got your priorities all messed up, Jonathan. Work. No worries, Josh, man. Take your time. Gotta get that AP money. That's right. Or any money. That's to get paid. Hey, Tommy. It's not right. So I had um stream set up for tomorrow with another artist, but I had to postpone that probably for next week, just scheduling conflicts. There's no point trying to rush to get something in just for the sake of getting it in. And both him and I are will be pressed for time, so I'll just do it next week. Um, Plus tomorrow is end game day, so I doubt anyone's gonna tune in. Everyone's gonna be busy buying the meat packs, chasing those autos. Okay, I think that's all right. What's this stuff here? That's a nice looking set. That end game. Usually tempted to dip into it a little bit, as much as I'm trying to avoid the collecting. Gotta find somebody local that's got physical cards. I just don't want to chase anything in particular, but I do like the way the base cards are designed. I don't mind getting my hands on a few of those. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people just itching to dip into endgame. So if Omega's around, you should set up temporary profile pics for people that say can't talk, buying Endgame. Take doctor's notes for work, all that stuff. Well, it's not that inexpensive of a set, Jonathan, is it? It's at the what, like $15, $16 price point per pack, like any of the other movie sets. And compared to Premiere or Masterpieces or any of the premium sets, it's not that aggressively priced. I make a good point, Jonathan. Maybe I'll just wait for them to for the achievements to unlock, and then I'll just buy a complete set on COMC or eBay or something. Or just the base. Just some nice looking cards. Or maybe I just stick to my original comment and don't buy anything. Is there still Clear Ultra Spider-Mans available on eBay? Figured that's got to be sold out soon. Oh, well, still 100 cases on Spider-Man? What are you waiting for? I'm not saying buy all 100 cases. Or can be a pricey hobby. Let's see if Josh hops on, and then I might show something. But only if he's on the stream too. Are you still chasing anything specific? They had all your rainbows and still paraphernalia. Oh, there you are. My bad. There you
Yo,
go.
what's going on?
Oh, just another day in the hood. What are you up to?
Yeah, man, I just went up to the post office, which was it's a pretty decent post office, but with all the Rona and stuff, you got to keep your distance, and of course, it's always kind of busy. But they kind of knocked through the line pretty quick. But I had to get like boxes and envelopes and all stuff all sorted to do it. So I just kind of snuck in, grabbed the stuff, went back to my car, boxed everything up, went in, and kind of then there was an envelope, but the envelope was in the lobby, which you couldn't get into because there were too many people in there. So I had to wait in line, get into the lobby, cut in line, grab an envelope, go back to my spot in line, fill it all out, um, get everything organized, and then as soon as I get to the window, it's like wham bam, thank you, ma'am, ready, and I was out. So it wasn't an awful experience. Um, but
You sure do live an exciting life.
yeah, and then like got home. This guy that I met at San Diego a couple years ago. He owns a one of those digital comics companies, like
Yeah.
distribute. And so he was talking to me about trying to get my stuff on his platform. And I was like, yeah, sounds like a good deal. And as far as the deal goes, it's actually a really good deal. Um, since all the stuff's kind of done already, just got to upload it and then just let it do its thing. And so it's like, okay, yeah, no harm, no foul. But I just never got around to doing it. So I saw him again in February at C2E2, and he recognized me, and I recognized him, but I couldn't remember for the life of me who he was. And then when he gave me the rundown, I was like, oh man, I never got back to you.
And he's gone. And he's back.
What's that?
You blacked out there. It's like your phone had a stroke.
Yeah, somebody called in,
Oh,
on my cell phone and stuff. So, anyways, the yeah, so I touched base with the guy, he got me his card again, and so and then I saw that Sean actually just got you know into it, and I was like, oh shit, I still got to go do that. So before I forget again, I uploaded a PDF of like the first trade paperback, just get the ball rolling and see what happens. So
cool.
I got
This is for anyone that's watching that doesn't know what you're talking about. What's your comment?
oh my so my book is The Adventures of Mighty Moose in a nutshell. The quick pitch is it's Dark Knight Returns crossed with Zootopia. So the protagonist, the hero, Mighty Moose, is basically just he's a moose superhero, kind of like Batman. And the character himself is kind of like what if Peter Parker were Batman?
Okay. It's
Where
got
he's
to be
got,
awkward,
well, he's not necessarily awkward, but
socially awkward.
he's got like a real life, like other issues that he's got to deal with aside from, he just doesn't have that, he's just a typical dude. He's got real life issues on top of, and he's kind of reluctant to take on the mantle.
Okay.
That is up until, things get personal, then he's got to drop the hammer. So then, so I've got 15 issues out and working on 16 now. And that'll end up, 11 through 16 will end up being the third trade. So I've got 2 trades and then a third one on the way.
Cool. And this is all self-published, right?
Yeah. It's all a one-man show for the most part. I have Sean color my covers. Actually had Jay draw an entire issue for me because it was like a flashback issue, and I wanted to get kind of that old school like Silver Age vibe to it.
Yeah.
And it's also the first color issue of the book. But yeah, I wanted to get that old school vibe to it, so I had him pencil it for me. And it's kind of an homage book. Lucky issue 13, The Death of Mighty Moose. But yeah, good times. I'm just trying to figure out what to do. At this, this blank piece of paper.
Fat Thor?
What's that?
Fat Thor?
Bat Thor?
Bat Thor would be cool too, but Fat Thor.
Bat Thor. Yeah, I should. That may be sketch card material.
Yeah, that's one of these days, right?
Yeah. I mean, actually, it's not a bad idea to. I get This would be fun to just kind of jam out. Let's see. Get my.
Jonathan, sounds like you're just chasing everything. Why don't you just? I don't know if there's a way around that. Just chatting with Jonathan about the Fleer Ultra Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Now he's chasing the bronze, the red, the blue, all the inserts, I guess.
I'm going Gordon Wills style on this.
Sweet. So are you gonna do Fat Thor?
Yeah.
Fat Thor? Okay.
I'm doing Fat Thor. Of course, he's a hard act to follow on it. Because he did Fat Thor.
Yes, he did. That dude draws fast.
Well, it's funny when you get that, especially when you get a certain style, kind of nailed down. You kind of come up with your own like little equation as how to, problem solve.
Yeah.
So.
And there's a formula to everything.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for reminding me to sign that card.
Yeah.
I just did that before I went live, like an hour ago.
Yeah. No, it was kind of funny because I saw on it like my signature, but I was like, well, where's Dre's?
Oh, on the front?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't sign the front. I signed the back.
Oh,
Um, I tried not to cover yours because part of the W is a little bit
yeah, no worries.
less visible, but
I know,
um,
and to be honest, it was one of those things where, well, if he covers it up, he covers it up, whatever. It's still signed on the back. But uh it's also you know, once you get it painted, you could always, slap something, in white or something over, on the front,
yeah.
on your
Can I show it on here?
what's that?
Can I
Oh, yeah,
show it on here?
yes. It's up to you. It's your card now. I'm not paying for shipping.
Yeah, I did the back, but I got to figure out where to. Yeah, I might be able to put a little Dre on top of your Warner. But it came out nice. I'm happy with that.
Good. I think people are kind of digging it.
Yeah, I haven't checked or really followed the comments or engagement on that one teaser post. See what
Yeah.
people. But yeah, needs a new top loader. I totally butchered this one.
Yeah, it's so funny. Photos just don't do it justice.
No, and because there's a layer of varnish on top of it, it just does not look good in pictures. But it's there. It was a fun one to do.
Yeah, the question is, you want to do another one, or is it just I made you do too much work with the pencils?
No, I'm totally open for it. Just gotta figure out what, when, how, all of that fun jazz, right?
Yeah,
Because this one, well, because of no fault of your own, um, the shipping took forever.
yeah,
And then it just totally fell in the middle of a million other things on the go. So it took me a while to get to it because I've been sitting on this guy for what, like a month now?
yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
But
So, yeah, Jonathan says your pencils took my paint to the next level.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. But I mean, I would if I had a bigger ego. Yeah, I
No,
would have. If I had a bigger ego, I'd be sitting here going, "You see, I can make you look good." You know,
I was gonna say,
what
I
would
mean,
what
would have
would you
looked
do
better if
with
the
me?
pencils weren't so loose, but that's gone that direction.
Yeah,
Um, well, what I found, I mentioned it on streams or just in chats, whatever, is sometimes I just want to like literally just paint
yeah.
because it's soothing for me.
Yep.
Um, and then, but then like, okay, now I got to draw something and figure out the lighting and block it in. It's like, so it was nice to um, have all that problem solving be done
Yeah.
because you already laid it out and find the light source, and all I have to do is slap some color on it. But yeah, well, I think we can do that again.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the
With the market
yeah
thing.
what it looks like. How well received it may or may not be.
Yeah, on that part of it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's like great to make plans, but if nobody wants it, what's the point? Whoops. Let's go this way.
To find one of those black hole collectors.
That's fine, whatever. Just write a check. No. Oh man. Fat Thor.
Fat Thor.
Fat Thor.
You I can't remember, did you work on Endgame?
I did not.
You did not, okay.
I did not. I got I actually got an email this week as a reply to the the question, hey, is anything else coming on the horizon, kind of a thing.
Mhm.
And basically got the just the response of yeah, we'll keep you in mind for the upcoming stuff. So
Oh,
it
well,
was
at least a response.
yeah, it was a non-committal committal.
Did you reach out to any other publishers?
No, I've been as I'm posting stuff online, I'll tag them. Because that seems to be like for quote unquote our generation of
Right.
sketch card artists. That seems to be how everybody else was snagged, was just through the social media. Whereas I got, I was it was kind of a fluke for me, I guess. Where a guy just happens to be walking by at
Oh, right.
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Saw my stuff, stopped, flipped through my portfolio, and then offered me the gig. So it was like I was saying, about doing sketches, like con sketches on backing boards.
Yeah.
That's what kind of made him stop. Was I had backing boards in my portfolio, that had sketches on them, drawings and whatnot. And the guy goes, basically kind of said, you can probably do 5x7s. So Premiere 17. That's all I did was 5x7s on that.
That's a good size. I think it's not too big. So it doesn't take ridiculously long.
Right.
And it's not like you have to kill yourself trying to get detail on something that small.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing, is that I wasn't incredibly, that set for me was not great, but first set, getting it sorted. I mean, even the last premiere, I think my my regular size cards, well, certainly the quads and triple panels just turned out better than my 5x7s. I don't know, it was just kind of weird. But
you did like which one did you do first? Because you did 3 flights of that, right?
that was in 19. I did 3 batches.
But that's where you did 5x7s and
Yeah, I did. I think I only had like 5x7s in that set. In 17, the only set I only did 20 cards, but they were all 5x7s. And as it turned out, I guess they were all on e-packs. When I, by the time I, got on the set, I guess the physical sets were already out. Yeah. So, but yeah. So that one, yeah. I think I did for Premiere 19. I think I did like around 100 cards.
Mixed sizes or just standard?
No, 100 overall. So it was like I had 5x7s. The only ones I didn't do were the 2 panels.
Oh, okay.
I did there was like a handful, maybe 10 the standard size. This is the first set was like 10 of the standard size. No, I take that back. I think the first set I did were all triples, if I'm not mistaken. And then the second set, yeah, the second set was a bunch of, it was like 10, single, base cards.
Yeah.
Um, I think 20, like 20 quad panels, and then like 5x7s. That was my second batch. And those, and then my third batch was all base card sketch cards.
Just the inserts. Or
Yeah.
the inserts.
So
This is the one where you had the same character a bunch of times, right?
no, those are the what do you call it? The base sketch cards. They
Yeah.
have the character printed on, the name on there.
Right, but isn't this one where you got like, was it Kang?
Yeah, Kang was in that set. That was I think that was a quad panel.
So that's how Kang got banned.
Yeah. You can blame again. Yeah, that's and it's funny because like I said, it was like I got, it's like one side was actually approved, but the back side was rejected.
Right. Yeah. I can't remember now.
And I was
something
and I was
goofy
I
with that
was
one.
I was thinking, because was it who was it that posted today? They posted a bunch of Kang stuff to pass the baton.
Yeah.
Post. There's a bunch of Kang stuff, and I was thinking, well, since the one side got approved, would it be okay to post that?
Let's see why not. It's approved.
Just the one side.
Yeah.
But the card itself was rejected. So, and again, it really that one kind of bummed me out, because I thought it was a pretty darn good Kang.
You have a picture of it? Well, you must still have a picture of it, right?
Yeah, there's yeah, I mean, I got a picture. It's on my computer, but
Yeah, flip it to me when you get a chance. Curious.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like because of that, I was thinking of doing a stream tomorrow, and so I've been thinking of just doing banned characters, on personal stock.
Right.
So like last week I did Doom.
All right. Yeah. So Galactus and the Fantastic Four.
But see, I'm thinking maybe Kang might be in the works for tomorrow. I don't know.
I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were on yet, like it's tomorrow's Endgame day.
Right.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of action on the group, or there's going to be a ton of actions on the group, people sharing.
Yeah, I mean, I know that a lot of guys are like kind of, you know, kind of pulling back a little bit on the, on the spending, so to speak. Um, Whereas other guys are still going pretty hard.
Yeah.
Um, and see, and I think that that's one of the things, like with the situation, a lot of people getting laid off and furloughed and whatnot. I don't want to be that guy that's, out there going, you know, hey, I know everybody's, short on funds. Why don't you buy stuff from me? You know? So I think that that's kind of one of the reasons that I do the, the giveaway thing. It's more about the, because, I'm only doing that with the group, right?
Right.
So that's one of those things where it's like, hey, this is just a community thing. We're going to do this, just, just do a little get together, a little jam, hang out, and then, give it away. Cause I mean, it's a good opportunity to, kind of try different things without there being any detriment, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because like, even if you screw something up, it's like, when you ship that card off to somebody or whatever, and they're like, wow, this is a piece of crap. It's like, well, what do you want for free? You know? I mean, so I mean, it kind of gives you that freedom to kind of just try different things, and of course, also, an opportunity to try and speed up your process, you know, because you don't want to be necessarily streaming for ever, you know. I mean, there were like some things where when we did the cards for the 50th episode. I mean, that was a whole different thing. That was like, okay, let's take the, let's spend the time, let's, goof around with this and, you know, do this thing for the community, you
Yeah.
know, and then go, and then go from there. But I mean, for the regular deal, it's like, yeah, just jam something out and call it done.
This guy. Um, how's your Thor coming? Can you bring it up to the camera a bit when you get there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It reminds me a bit of what is that show called? Was it Dwarves? Like a 80s, 90s animated thing?
Oh, yeah, thinking of like the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, are you?
No, it was like oh, what the hell is it called? It wasn't a kids thing. It was animated, but like heavy metal or fire and
Fire and Ice.
fire and ice.
Yeah, and it was all like, what was that? Who was that? I know the type of stuff you're talking about. The
Like
what
Watership Down. Watership Down was all animals and stuff, but
was
um
was it Baskin Productions or something like that?
I can't remember. It
But
had a heavy metal feel.
yeah, but it was like the same. I think it was the same studio that did like The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, or even yeah, the Hobbit animated series movie.
Yeah,
Had,
yeah.
yeah.
It was like that same company that did like Fire and Ice, and I actually kind of like that style of animation.
Oh, it's great. And Fire and Ice is on Prime Video here. I don't know if it's also in the States. I actually watch that fairly often.
I actually I got the DVD for Heavy Metal, and I watch that every now and then.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That would be a sweet piece for you to do, Tarna.
Tarna is
She was that white-haired, skimpy-clad chick from Heavy Metal that rode the the lizard bird thing. Rode the
Oh,
pterodactyl.
right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I've been wanting to do a Tarna for a long time. Tarna, and like Red Sonja and Shanna the She Devil, like all mud wrestling or something.
Hey, I have a Red Sonja blank cover somewhere.
There you go.
I don't know where that is. I thought I had more blanks. I just don't know where they are. Because I have my stack here, but I thought I had more. I'll check at home. Do like a Frazetta-esque Red Sonja mud wrestling with Sheena and what's her name from Heavy
Tarna.
Metal?
Tarna.
No.
Tarna. There we go. Yeah, I totally was not prepared to actually sit down and draw anything.
Like I said, I don't feel obligated to come on.
Oh no. I mean, it was like get on and goof off. I mean, my wife's in meetings, the kids in the backyard playing with the neighborhood kids, and she had a soccer training event this morning, and then she's got later this evening she's got soccer camp.
Busy kid.
Oh yeah. She's we're looking to actually get a tournament in this year, which would be awesome.
Stuff pretty much open where you are?
No, we're in like what's called, for our state, it's called like phase 4, where like restaurants, you can now eat inside restaurants, but you still got to maintain social distancing, and you can eat inside a restaurant as long as you're wearing a mask. I don't know. I mean, none of it makes
How
sense
does
to
that
me.
work?
I don't know. I don't.
Take off your mask, take a bite, put the mask back on.
Yeah, and like for instance, now we with phase 3 we had like the kids could play sports and stuff, but as long as again social distancing, and you could do no more than groups of like 10.
Yeah.
But now it's like groups of 50 kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have what's the like like baseball season is getting ready to start back up, and softball season for the girls, like the local, the
Like the
park.
house league or stuff like that.
Yeah, that's on now, which is kind of funny, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I heard Florida's rolling back a bunch of stuff. Good measure.
Yeah, and see, I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to keep up with, what's going on, because it doesn't seem like you can get, the information changes like every other day.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, I stopped checking the news and
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like just stop paying attention to it and just do your own thing, and
Yeah, see what the regulations are, follow that, and
Yeah, and don't worry about the rest of it.
yeah, like we have masks mandatory everywhere now,
Yeah.
which is a new thing, but it just people just aren't wearing masks, right? Like,
Yeah, and I, uh, yeah, it's one thing to, all right, cool. You do you. I personally don't have an issue with it. Just don't come over here and cough on me, kind of a thing.
yeah,
It's like, I don't know. I just don't like, I guess I just don't like the fact that anybody can tell somebody else what to do, you know?
hmm
And especially if you turn around and say, you're not the boss of me, kind of a thing. Hey, it's more power to you, bro. You know, that's, you do you. But the part that, but then you get into the mask shaming thing, you know, where it's like, you're not wearing a mask. Well, why don't you mind your own business? Let them, you know, you
just
do,
stay away from it.
I'll do me.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just seems silly to me. Just the amount of drama that goes along with all the
but
nonsense.
yeah, I don't bug people. The only time I said something was a few days ago at Home Depot when a guy just spit on the floor and he
Yeah.
wasn't wearing a mask, and then I had a fine selection of short words for him. Um, COVID or not, like you're inside a store, man. What are you doing?
Yeah. What are you doing, you savage?
Oh, that would have been a good word to use.
Freaking animals. Oh, and that's the thing, man. I mean, it's like this. I think that this whole situation has just turned people into freaking animals. They just, the problem with social distancing is that people have lost all sense of social awareness.
Yeah,
In the sense that it's like, yeah, no, this is not how a human being acts. You know, get get your stuff together.
Jonathan says he likes how masks make him look.
What's funny? I was thinking of him because like when this whole thing started, I took like a bunch of like scrap material and made because the masks that do the that you wrap around the ears or whatever. It's just they look stupid. You know, and if you're gonna run around and look like a dork, at least look like a cool dork. You know. So I made these masks where they were like kind of like they were like sleeves. They were almost like those wind guards that some you see some guys on like motorcycles wearing and stuff.
Yeah,
And so it's like that kind of a thing. So you just kind of wear it. It's like a tube, right, that you wear around your neck, and then you just pull it up over your head. And I made a bunch of them, and a bunch of them that are red. So it's like full on like wearing a mask, silk style.
there you go. Just
I actually thought about like, wow, wouldn't it be cool if you can screen print like in white on top of this thing, the little webbing with the little S on it? Just send it off to Kim Jong Un.
the supreme leader.
Glorious leader.
He says it's like a balaclava.
Yeah, yeah, it's balaclava,
Yeah, it's
baklava.
no, baklava is a treat.
Yeah, isn't it like a sweet burrito or something?
Well, no, baklava is like walnuts and sugar in a very thin pastry, and it's like levels,
Yeah,
and
it's like
it's dredging with sugar. It's so sweet. No, he's talking uh, balaclava, I think, is what those things are called. The
yeah,
not the treat, the things you put on your head.
right. Yeah, and those I think those are more like that weird scheme. I don't know. They're ball clava. All right.
Balaclava.
I mean, I almost walked around with I've actually gone around and shopping in a chamois.
What's that?
It's like that. It's like the headgear that it's a big scarf that you wrap all around your head. Right before you bomb something.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's one way to explain it.
Oh yeah, you walk into a Home Depot like that, start making people nervous. I mean, I never understood that. I mean, especially like you're in a bad neighborhood or whatever. Everybody's got to wear a mask in the liquor store. It's like, dude, now you're never gonna catch who robs this joint.
Yeah, it was a guy. He was 6'2", wore a mask, black t-shirt. All right. All right, hang. Jonathan's giving you the recipe for baklava. So you get phyllo dough. You alternate layers of cinnamon, nuts, and phyllo dough, and after you bake it, you cover it in a water honey syrup.
Yeah, it's definitely very gooey.
Yeah. Hey, have you watched The Old Guard?
The what?
The Old Guard on Netflix, the Charlize Theron thing.
No.
Oh, it's good, man. It's really good.
Charlize Theron, the African American.
What?
She's African American.
No, she's South African.
Right. But she's also an American citizen.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah, it's really good, and there's a whole baklava scene there.
Yeah. No, I always like saying that because, like, for instance,
Well, I told you for a loop there.
Well, yeah. No, I just never liked I don't like hyphens in general. But I always kind of found, certain, like Hispanic American, well, Hispanic American, is that, what does that mean? Does that mean someone of, Hispanic descent that's, in our hemisphere? What about Spaniards and Portuguese? Are they, I mean, it's almost like African Americans. Well, what if they're from Jamaica?
Right.
And more importantly, like probably a more distinct, way of looking at it is, well, this guy's African American. No, he's not. He's Canadian. Do you call them African Canadians? Do you call them African Americans?
African American is commonly used up here.
Which is funny because they're Canadian.
Yeah, but I think it refers to American as the Americas, like North America, South America. But then Hispanic American would technically be somebody from Spain, not Mexico or any of the Central American Latin countries, because they're American.
So maybe Hispanic European then, if you're talking about the Portuguese and.
But wouldn't they just be European or Hispanic? I don't know. This is going on a rabbit hole.
My point. What's with the hyphens, man?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just kind of makes me giggle, in the sense that you scratch your head and go, things that make you go,
Baklava.
Punchki.
Yeah, but go check out the Old Watch.
Old Guard.
Old Guard, not Old Watch. Geez. I don't know whose comic it was originally, but it's definitely a comic book adaptation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. I think I was talking about it yesterday on my rant. It was a lot better than I thought it would be.
You know what? I've actually always liked Charlize Theron. I think that
oh, she's great.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything that I've seen her in that I didn't like her in, you know? And there's like, it's funny because you have, um, I don't know, it's just, she sometimes gets these wild roles where it's like,
Eon Flux,
what's that?
like Eon Flux.
Yeah, like that or Furiosa
Yeah,
and, you
and
know,
then he'll do like Academy Award nominated performances and like Bombshell or Monster and stuff like that. I mean,
Atomic Bombshell and Monster. I mean, Monster, it's like, man, I don't know who the makeup people in that movie were, but they certainly deserved um, an Oscar because in order to make Charlize Theron look that um, unattractive is got to be awfully hard.
yeah,
I mean, seriously, how do you make her ugly? And then, of course, she's also one of those people that like they never seem to age.
mm-hmm.
You know, like Halle Berry as an example. That woman just does not.
Or she's aging very well. Like she's what, 50? She's got to be pushing 50.
She's got to be more than that. I mean, think about it. I think what was it? Her breakout role was in um, Coming to America.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right.
I mean, when was that? That was in like the '80s, right?
Late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, so she was a teenager then. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been around. I mean, Charlize Theron's aged well. Cameron Diaz.
I don't know about that one.
Well, I mean, last time I saw her, it was like, oh, okay. Um, it was 53.
There you go.
What you got?
Salma Hayek.
Oh, some dude. What was that? Have you ever seen that movie, The
Yeah.
Hitman's Bodyguard?
Yes.
Dude, she absolutely stole that movie.
Well, that movie was just entertaining all around.
Yeah, I know.
She was
She,
great in it. Like, yeah, all her prison scenes with what are they gonna do? Beat me with a luck?
she goes,
And then a,
did I tell you to turn around and look at me? Yeah, she's stellar. You ever see that movie Four Rooms?
Four Rooms, yeah, with Bruce Willis, Madonna. I can't remember the name of the bellhop.
Tim Roth.
Yeah, he's great in that.
So funny, dude.
That's a great movie.
But the whole bit with
Well, Antonio Banderas was in it.
yeah, that bit with Antonio Banderas.
That hooker in the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't call her that. There's a oh god, it was so funny.
I need to rewatch that. I gotta see if it's on any of my
Dude,
service.
I could just watch that scene over and over and it would never get old. That
Is it Melanie Griffith with him in that scene?
Melanie Griffith?
Yeah,
I
who
don't
plays the wife?
I don't remember. I want to say that it was like um
Jonathan? He'll look it up for us.
yeah, yeah. The but I know Selma Hayek was in that scene.
Oh, maybe she's the wife. Can't remember.
I see. I don't. But see, I only say that she's not wasn't the wife because she was the You know how the kids were watching the TV with the dancing, That was Selma Hayek on the TV.
Oh, okay. See, I don't. It's been a while since I watched it, so I don't remember all
Well,
this.
it doesn't ever. It doesn't. It's like one of those trivia things. I don't think it actually shows her face. Just so shows her body like dancing around in a bikini or something. So you got so this one blue. Do, 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 do. And this one was like brown or something.
The eyes? Oh,
From
right,
Endgame.
because he's got somebody else's eye.
He's got the old brown eye because Rocket had to sneak it off planet. Oh. Sony.
Yeah, I need to watch Warrior Nun.
I actually did start watching that.
Yeah, I started and I turned it off after like 20 minutes, but Sean was saying that you gotta like give it like 2, 3 episodes for it to pick up.
I had it, I just had it going in the background while working, and it's at some point in time, you're like, dude, you gotta step up to the plate. As far as the main character goes, but the rest of the characters are pretty awesome. They got to definitely work on the main character. It's pretty wild. I mean, it's pretty wild. I saw the thing, I was like, oh boy, there goes that idea. But it's like totally different than what my take on that stuff was.
But this is a franchise as well, isn't it? Or is this an anime thing turned?
I don't know.
I just feel like the phrase
Yeah,
Warrior Nun.
I think it is like something that's like based on like some comic booky thing or something. But it's definitely a little more. It's pretty cool. I mean, that whole thing with the Halo thing.
Yeah, see, I only watched 20 minutes. And I don't know what's going on.
Okay, yeah,
Like you, I had it on while I was doing something else, and I think maybe I need to actually pay attention to what the hell's going on the screen to understand what I'm listening to, at least.
yeah. It's
There's some stuff going on at the Vatican, and then there's like orphan children, and then she did something, but I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. So I need to just sit down and watch it. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Just load up a few episodes and make some poutine and watch some Warrior Nun.
yeah. I got yeah. It's I think it's kind of cool the way they approach some of the stuff. It's got kind of it's kind of feels like a little bit like The Prophecy. Remember that old movie?
Was that with
Christopher Walken plays Gabriel Elias.
Oh yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, it's kind of got that vibe. A little bit of like Prophecy, Constantine, Hellblazer kind of a.
Yeah, it was Christopher Walken and Gabriel Byrne or whatever, right?
I can't remember if Gabriel Byrne was in it.
The guy from Usual Suspects.
Yeah, I can't remember if he was in it. I know that he was uh no, he played the angel Gabriel. Christopher Walken did.
So who's and there was a devil, right? Or a
Yeah,
demon?
the devil was Vigo Mortensen.
Oh, okay.
That was like one of his early roles. And then yeah, no, the one with Gabriel Byrne as the devil, um isn't that the Schwarzenegger movie? Was it The Sixth Day or something?
Oh, maybe. I can't remember.
Something like that. But yeah, and then
Mhm.
Elias Koteas plays like this guy who's like a cop who almost was in the seminary and almost became a priest. I think he was a cop. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But
Jonathan says someone needs to draw a sketch of Rocket Raccoon sleeping with Bucky's arm.
oh yeah, no, he had brought that up before. I did a.
Did, right?
I was telling him about like I did after Guardians came out. I did a. I did a drawing once of Raccoon just beating the hell out of Howard the Duck with that guy's leg from the prison, that prosthetic leg.
Oh yeah.
I may have to do that again because that drawing wasn't particularly good. Um, but yeah, Rocket Raccoon like just laying down with the arm, stroking it, going, "My precious."
Yeah. Just purring at on it. All right, after Fat Thor.
Huh?
After Fat Thor.
Yeah,
Finished Soldier. Speaking of Thors,
yeah,
how's your Thor?
yeah. Still haven't touched it,
Okay.
but
Just curious.
well,
It was coming along really well, so
yeah, no, and it is one of those things where I know that you can just turn around, like if you screw up, you just go over it. But it's like sometimes you just kind of feel like, you know what, you want to scrap it and just start from scratch because as I'm learning how to do things, it's like, okay, all the stuff that I've done already on the painting, I screwed up, so I have to redo it, and it's
right.
just like you're spinning your wheels and not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas you almost feel like you could get more accomplished if you just shit canned it and started over, you know. But I already got a nice base on it, so it's like might as well keep rolling.
Yeah, it was looking good last time you showed it to me, so
Yeah, I can't even remember what it looks like anymore. Dude, I don't even know if I can find it. Where is it?
well, that would be the first step is to locate the
Oh,
artifact.
yeah, I found it. Buried.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got to get back on this. You know what? I'm gonna bust this out. Maybe Hmm. I'll work on it this week. I'll leave it here on my table. I mean, it is a cool image.
It is. And it's nice vibrant colors and nice pose.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, and I sprayed some spray varnish on it just to kind of keep it set for now, and then come. I'm busting this thing back out. Actually, I might even work on it a little bit tonight.
Just heads up, you might have a bit of a challenge painting over varnish, depending on what kind you use.
It's just
Is it just a fixative?
snip
Oh, right. Hey, so see, that's 9.99, right?
rework.
Right. Okay, that'll be fine. So you pay $10 for that at Hobby Lobby, right?
Yeah, yeah. How'd you know?
Well, because it says 9.99 on the price
Huh.
on the sticker.
Yeah,
But I can't remember. Was it you that I was talking to about U.S. prices and Canadian prices?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I pay 9.99 for that at Walmart,
Hmm.
Canadian. But
Right.
that makes no sense because the same product and exchange rates and whatnot. Like I figure because I think it was you when someone popped into Michael's and last time I was in LA, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll buy some stuff a little cheaper, because I can maybe expense some of it, and then they're the exact same prices but in US dollars. Like, well, that makes no sense.
Yeah, yeah. Because of the exchange rate and all that.
Well, yeah, if it's $10 US, it ends up costing me like 13.50 Canadian, but I can get it for $10 Canadian.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
I just like I was expecting them to be like cheaper, right?
right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know, dude. I can't.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not expecting you to solve my problem here.
Yeah. No. I'm. The thing is, like, well, clearly, I'll just wait until I get back home and buy it there.
Yeah,
You know.
I was just disappointed.
But and then you get but then you get like you can get it for even cheaper, like on Amazon or something.
Yeah, that's never mind that. If you find it on Amazon, they'll have it for less. Can order spray paint on Amazon, but
Oh, because of the whole shipping thing and
and it being highly explosive and dangerous and all that. Yeah. I think I'm done this guy.
yeah, you got a lot of things that are kind of sitting around half done.
Yeah, I am.
How's that American Spirit coming? Or
Yeah, she's
American Dream? American Dream.
American Dream. Where is she? She'll be done for Independence Day
Nice.
next year.
Yeah.
I'm not, and it's funny. I'm not even considering that one on my list of ones that I want to finish. Yeah, I'm not even counting that one. I'll grab my stack of stuff that I have from home and I'll bring it so I have it here on the next live stream and be like, oh, here's a bunch of stuff I never finished.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to bring them to the office where the green paint is.
That's right. That's funny. I have a poison ivy that I started that I never finished because I don't have any green paint and it's sitting in a drawer somewhere, probably in the same place with my red Sonia blank cover or sketch cover that I should do.
So I got a question for you because I think we may have talked about this. Um, but if we didn't, then whatever. Um, I'm thinking about doing like a like some kind of a, I don't know if it like a live auction or sale or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, of like stuff that I just that I've got done. You know, I contacted my rep and he's kind of, I don't want to say he's flaking out. He's just you know kind of all over the place and busy. So I don't know if he's got any real time to deal with me at the moment. Um, I may have to actually, I might actually get a hold of Bagley because I think he might do some of that type of stuff too.
Bag of
But
fleas?
huh?
Bag of fleas?
Yeah. So see if he wants to.
Well, Sean and Rodney do this stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Live auctions.
yeah.
I gotta tune into one of them and see how how that works.
So does Ren. Ren does it, but they have like a lot of prints and stuff that they unload that way. I kind of got out of the print game.
Okay.
It was just too much to manage, especially when you're doing like conventions and stuff. It's
Oh,
like you take a bunch of prints to a convention, you maybe sell a few, then you got to, pack it all back up, take it home, store it, and then pull it all back out, take it to a convention. So, I mean, just in transit alone, stuff's getting beat up, you know.
right. I could see that.
But
And
I think,
selling them online, the shipping gets stupid for like how much do you sell a print for to justify $15 shipping?
yeah, right. And that's the thing is that, okay, you can sell a print for like 10, 15, which is what I did at the shows. But like I got to the point when I stopped doing prints, I was selling them for like $5 a pop. Here, just take them, just make them go away, so I don't have to look at them anymore.
Yeah, like I was thinking of doing prints, and I think I showed you this before. I did a test print of just for paper stock.
Yeah, and I
And
mean,
just
some
directory these.
guys do well with the prints. I just, for me, it just didn't seem like it was worth it. Just the management side of it. You know,
Yeah.
Trying to pay attention to where everything's at, what stuff like that. So
Yeah, for where I got kind of stopped is the shipping on it because I can't do standard shipping because what if it gets lost? And then you do proper shipping, like in a bubble envelope or something. It's like $13, $14 each. So I guess all the like maybe just me, but I hate like there's a lot of stuff that I didn't buy because it costs like $20 to buy it, but then it costs like $15 to ship it, and it just in my peanut mind, like I'm not gonna pay that much just to ship it.
well, and there's a flip side too. Like for when you're doing conventions and stuff, it's like, okay, well, I can send, guys will flip through and they'll go like, okay, it's almost like you're nickel and diming things in a way, because it's like, okay, $10 for this print, $10 for that print, blah blah blah, and it's that's kind of spread out through the day, so to speak, where it's like, bro, instead of buying 10 prints, why don't you just get like one sketch, you
Right.
know, one commission, you know, and I can literally, you don't have to go shopping for something. You can literally customize it. What do you want? You know,
Hmm.
and it's kind of like it's like made to order artwork, so to speak, you know?
Yeah, but some people like the prints. I know that.
Yeah.
And it's also okay, I can get 10 pieces of art or 10 cool prints for $100. So I can get one original sketch. And there's different people have different expectations and evaluation of stuff, right?
Right,
But
right. But and that's, I mean, the thing is, the other way to look at it too is that like the prints, if you have prints, it's really more, yeah, you can sell them. A lot of people like kind of focus on selling them. I always kind of looked at them as being, hey, this is basically my portfolio. This is basically what you can expect if you commission me.
right.
So it's almost like window shopping, and then you give them the opportunity to say, okay, you can get whatever you want. I can do a custom job for you. But funny enough, a lot of the clientele don't see it that way. They look at it as, okay, this is the product, this is it. And it's like you literally have to kind of, bend their bend their arm to try and explain to them, no, dude, I can do whatever you want. And that's the other reason for me kind of getting out of the print game was you show up at a show and it's like, well, you don't have prints. That's because I actually draw stuff, you know.
Right.
Not saying that those guys that are doing prints aren't drawing stuff, but it's like,
Well, they're selling a different product.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm selling original art. Now, if you're doing like limited runs and stuff, that's a bigger game. But you got to have that. You also have to have that audience where you can turn around and say, "Yeah, I've got a limited print run of this." You know, get it while it's hot.
Yeah, you need the notoriety there
Mm-hmm.
before you can do that.
Yeah,
I mean, I could go and do a limited run prints tomorrow.
you are.
I could, but who's gonna
Yeah. If nobody's paying attention to you, nobody cares.
Yeah.
So, and then again, that goes back to the. Yeah, I don't think it's quite worth it for me.
I'm gonna do. I don't know if I ever showed you this. I have a Vader one as well. It might actually be sold, but I was gonna put them up for sale later this week or next week because they're just sitting here. See this?
I gotta look at my phone here. That doesn't look like Vader.
No, I have a Vader one as well. This is the Venom one. So this is plexiglass.
Uh-huh. Oh, you painted on the plexiglass?
Inverse though, so it's actually painted backwards on the back.
Right, like a cell.
Yeah, like a cell. So I have the Venom one, and I have a Vader. So I was just dicking around trying to figure out how to paint up plexiglass, and it's not that easy. So I don't know if I'll do more, but yeah, I have this guy and the Vader that I was going to put on sale, or put them up for sale soon.
Maybe we should do that. Do like a live stream kind of a thing.
I don't know if we get. This is like one of the reasons why I'm kind of trying to go live every day, even though it's not on a schedule, is to try to get some sort of regular audience on it. Now, I don't do a piss poor job building a Facebook audience or YouTube because I'm not really doing anything there, but I think you need to have, like, if it's an auction of two people joining in, I mean, bless JD for
Right.
tuning in pretty much every time, but he's not gonna.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying that because you can turn around, do it, and especially if you do it on the Twitch, and maybe it's one of those things where you you do it, nothing happens during the thing, and I'm not talking about necessarily an auction per se. It's more of a showcase.
Oh yeah, here's some stuff I have.
Yeah, and then now if you're interested, go to this page or whatever, and then you'll have it listed there. And you say, okay, in the comments, I mean, do you do it via auction or do you just go, okay, this is the price. First one to nab it gets it. First comment.
Yeah, first come first serve. But if you're sending the users or the viewers over to a page to buy it, then do you really need a video stream? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because clearly you have more followers on your page than you do on your stream. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean.
Yeah, because I got to tune into one of Sean's auctions. I think they have one next week to see how that works. Not that I'm trying to like hijack his business model, but just get an understanding of how it is.
But that's the question, though, is at this stage, would there be any interest at all?
Right.
So I don't know. I mean,
like I've been meaning to set up an online store for like the last year and putting up some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not producing a lot of stuff. Like I'm not making a mass amount of
Do you have Square?
Do I have Square? Yeah.
Yeah, apparently you can set up an online Square
Oh,
store.
it's not a matter of setting up the store. I have merchant accounts and I have everything else. Like I can spin up a website in like 3 hours, but that's kind of what I do for a living.
Right,
But it's just a matter of one, I don't have that much product
right,
to put up there. And I found that like well, COVID, because that's really the only time I've been really kind of focusing or putting more interest in my art, um, or attention on my art. I've been kind of selling stuff as soon as it's done. So in one hand, okay, I'm not building a stockpile,
right.
but then I don't have product to put up on my store.
Right.
Right? So I don't know. Yeah, no kidding, Jonathan. If we can get on Jim Lee's live Twitch stream with him, yeah, you'll blow up. Um, so Josh, why don't you give Jim Lee a call when we're off and see what he's up to?
Yeah, yeah. See if he's up to that.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, what's going on? I was supposed to meet him this year, but that didn't pan out.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met Jim.
I've
He's
been in his office twice and he wasn't there. He was out on lunch.
he's tough to get near just because he's Jim Lee. I mean, there are other guys that I've like bumped into or chatted with, and this, that, and the other, and um, most of my contacts that I've, most of the guys I've met were like at the bar, kind of a thing,
Right.
like sitting around you know, having a chat with like Ron Lim, Jim Steranko, things like that. And it's like just hanging out.
Yeah, just shooting the shit.
Yeah, and then see, I met Mark Miller, Millar, however you pronounce it. That guy's pretty funny.
I'd imagine all these guys are uh, can carry a fun conversation,
Oh yeah,
and they're not divas, right?
they're what?
They're not divas.
No, a lot of people, a lot of these guys are not at all. They're pretty legit people.
So much for a quick 1 hour video. How long has this been going on?
Uh, that's 44.
4:10, and now it's almost 6, almost 2 hours for me. I really want to try those acrylic inks. I'll figure out on what.
Um, I was talking to my buddy Mark. He likes to work on wood,
On Masonite?
not masonite. But it's something more like it's like a really thin plywood type. I can't remember what the hell he called it, but yeah, you just gesso it and just go to town. But then he started working on a piece this weekend. It's pretty cool. Where I don't even think he gessoed it. He just went straight onto the wood, to try and get that, because you can get that grain
Yeah.
texture through it. So
that the one that was poking fun at you on
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you talking about? Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
I went and followed him um after I got off the stream, but I don't think he posted anything. Might not be very active over there.
No, he's been, well, that's the thing, is that he's been inactive for some years now. Um, but he's trying to get back into the game. So
Yeah, I mean he's got a couple of pieces there and it's really cool stuff. I mean this guy doesn't joke around. But
yeah, and he's doing acrylics now, and he usually likes to use oils,
yeah.
but he's getting a little frustrated with the acrylics right at the moment. But he's working through it.
Yeah, I mean oil is in one way it's easier and more flexible to work with, especially
Yeah.
on the blending side. But toxic and takes forever to dry and yeah, all kinds of stuff there.
Too bad Brian's not watching.
I sent him an invite. Like I didn't share this to the group because it's just kind of random, but
I think it might be early for him. Oh wait, no, maybe not.
it might be late.
Might be late. Yeah, because he usually gets on when picking up Scarlett from school.
Well, post the picture and tag it.
Yep.
Yeah, so okay, I'm pretty sure I'm done with this guy. Up next, Gambit Venom.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Lagging behind. I really like the way that's coming out.
The Venom
Yeah,
Gambit thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the background white because it's kind of just pops so well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually thought about that on a commission. But then I had a different idea. So
I was gonna do it, but then I didn't.
yeah, I was going to not do it, and then I did. So
How's Fat Thor coming?
come along. See?
Oh yeah. Time for inks. Or are you still doing colors?
I'm still doing colors. I got to do background, do a lightning bolt or something. I don't know.
Golden arches.
Oh,
Getting
there you.
hit by a lightning bolt.
It's like an In and Out burger.
Yeah.
Five Guys or Culver's Butter Burgers.
I can't remember the guy's name. Is one of the accounts I follow on Instagram did a redesign of the Burger King.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's so wicked.
Oh, there was a guy. I can't remember where I was following him, but this guy did like goth versions of like Disney princesses and stuff.
Hmm.
And I don't remember if it was on Facebook, if it was on Instagram, if it was on MySpace. I don't know. It was a while ago, but he had this wicked Tinkerbell
Yeah.
where she was like all like cyborged out with like wood and leaves.
Oh,
It was awesome. I gotta find that image. Let's see.
Some of these reimagined characters that some people pop out
Yeah.
are really cool. Some of them not so much, but
Yeah, that's I mean, that's a talent in itself, in my opinion. These guys that can turn around and take something and just make it that much cooler, you know? I mean, I try to do stuff like that now and then, and like sometimes it just feels like you drop the ball.
right. Yeah, but you also got to think out of all the for every single piece that they end up showing that becomes popular, how many do they have that looks ridiculous? And
Yeah, yeah, and that's fair.
I mean that's one thing I think too. A
Not
lot of
not
people don't realize, probably more on the kid side, where they look at art accounts and stuff and they see all this wicked cool work and they compare themselves to that. Like, okay, do you think these guys are going to post all the work that's not good?
yeah.
They're showing off their best, right? And for every good piece, there's going to be at least one bad piece. Mm. People getting discouraged because my work's not as good as blah 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 blah, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, see, and that's the other thing too is that you gotta you can't you can't compare yourself to other people.
No.
I mean, you're just gonna spin your wheels. It's like, oh, it's not nearly as good as so and so's. It's like, yeah, and it's funny too because like even like especially when you're talking about like the card stuff. I mean, you'll see some guys stuff where people just go absolutely gaga over a certain artist or whatever, and you sit there and you look at it and it's like, yeah, it's a good piece, but yeah, I'm just not seeing it. I don't see where the you know
What the
and,
appeal is?
and it's not even necessarily one of those things where, oh well, I can do better than that. That's not it at all. It's just, yeah, I'm just not, I mean, there's so many other pieces out there that are way better and they just don't get that kind of attention.
Hmm.
And right, wrong, or indifferent. But the thing is that everybody's got different tastes.
Yeah, there's that too.
So if you spend your time comparing yourself to everybody else, you're really kind of, doing yourself a disservice, only in the sense that, yeah, well, all these guys like this particular artist's stuff. But that doesn't mean that you don't have the same amount of guys that like your stuff. They're just different guys or girls,
Mhm.
obviously. It's just, don't worry about it. You're gonna find your audience. You're gonna find your fans,
Yeah,
and your fans
just
are
keep
gonna
on
find.
doing what you're doing, and that's it. Don't worry
Yeah,
about everyone else.
yeah, and let
This
let,
is like
let
where sorry to interrupt you there, but Harold Harl or
yeah, yeah,
art that was the other day. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I don't know if you listen to his audio and stuff on his posts. He's a huge advocate for just do what you do, right?
Yeah.
Draw what you want, paint what you draw, whatever it is that you want to do, and just do you,
Yep.
and get good at doing what you want to do.
Well, and and he's absolutely right in that sense that, like, and that's kind of the approach that I generally take things. Um, in the sense that, I mean, don't get me wrong, if you get a commission or something and somebody wants this, specifically if they say, okay, I want Medusa, with her hair all doing this, and I want,
Yeah, but that's a different story. Not
when it
much of
turns into like art direction thing, it's like, and I'll be honest with you, I don't do that. Because to be honest, you know, as an artist, I generally, if you're going to come, and this is not an ego thing, this is just a real life thing. Um, if you come to me for a commission, you're coming to me because you like my work,
yeah.
right? Now, why would you, you know, why would anybody want to turn around and say, "Oh, I like what you're doing," when I'm doing what I do, and then you come in and want to turn around and change everything I do, you know, from that art direction standpoint, you're just not going to get my best work,
No,
you know?
but that's the thing. Like if somebody comes to me and is like, "Oh, I want you to do a man thing like the way Josh does it," I'm like, "Well, why don't you ask Josh to do it, right?" Like,
Exactly. If you want, yeah, and dude, it's funny because I did I can talk about it because the company's kaput, but I got a so when I was working on the GI Joe stuff, um I had a guy, my 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 editor, they kept having a problem with getting pencilers and inkers and just getting stuff done, right? So, and it was like, and they always came to me like after the fact where it was like, oh, you know what, we're in a bind, can you bail us out, right? So I go, guys, why don't you just come to me first? You know I'm going to get the job done, you know. um and I'll readily admit I'm not the best guy, you know, the best artist out there, the best penciler, the best, you know, whatever. But I'm reliable, and you know you're going to get, you know what you're going to get, right? So I turn around and I was like, okay, stop goofing around with the, you know, trying to find a new penciler and stuff. I'm already basically on the payroll. Why don't you just let me pencil it? And then they asked me, okay, can you do a sample page? We'll send you a script for a sample page. Go ahead and do that, and you know, and then we'll see. But, and this is, then they get in the art direction thing on this, right? And they go, what we want is basically a cross between Jeff Campbell and Tim Seeley, right? If you can pull, you know, if you can pull that off, basically the gig is yours. And so I did these 2 pages, and I got to be honest with you, it was like I worked at it, you know, and you know, I thought I did a pretty good job at capturing. I mean, it literally was a cross between Tim Seeley's style and Jeff Campbell's style, right? I mean, it was exactly what they asked for, and they were like, "No." And it's like, and that's, you know, I mean, you know how it is. Half the time, the clients don't know what they really want,
right.
you know, uh, and that's the trick, is to try and convince them what they want. Um, so, you know, obviously didn't get the gig, but it was like, man, those were some nice pages that I did, you know, for something that wasn't specifically my style.
Do you still have those?
I think I do.
Yeah, I'd love to see it when you find them. Like, don't go digging for them now. But
No, I think they might be available, like near me somewhere. That's my book. My book. Prince. Okay. Oh, Jesus. If I have it, it's going to be in one of these portfolios here. Oh, these are my prints.
all plans for the bucks.
So, prints $5. Let's see here.
You should do a video where you're just going through your portfolio.
Yeah.
Oh, and coincidentally, some of them have price tags. How convenient.
Yeah, look at that.
You too could own a piece of history.
Oh, here it is. There we go. I do have them. So here's the pencils.
Oh yeah. Did this book ever get published? The one that you did the
For?
one they used the script for?
I don't know. These are the inks. I guess it was one page.
No. Oh, looks good.
Yeah, I got what, Duke. I think this is airtight.
Oh, I don't know any of the GI Joes except Cobra Commander and Baroness.
Yeah, I can't remember who this guy is. Um, these are like some kind of Cobra soldiers, and then Lady J, and then Destro.
Oh, Destro, not Cobra Commander. Well, I guess I know Destro too. Destro's the Chrome Head one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty good. I like it.
I mean, for what the comic was and stuff, I thought it was adequate, but I don't know. Again, that was one of those, boys club thing where I
I
wasn't.
think that's
Uh,
a token ask to say that
yeah,
they asked you.
yeah. So, but anyways, it was a good run while it lasted.
Even funnier if they did that, rejected it, then the penciler that they picked bailed, and you had to finish it anyways.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
have been a fun story.
Well, that's happened.
Well, yeah, you told me that that's happened a lot, but particularly on this case, that would have been.
And it's kind of a cool gig. I mean, you're working on something that's pretty, well known, obviously.
Right.
I mean, not a whole lot of people can say, oh, yeah, I worked on GI Joe and Transformers.
But this is what I was saying the other day. Like, you don't leverage that.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like, dude, that was like 10, 15 years ago, whatever. I mean,
There's a lot of, yeah.
it's definitely goes in the resume for sure, but yeah, I
No,
don't.
but like, there's a lot of GI Joe fanboys,
Oh yeah,
right? That might levitate towards you even more because you are officially a GI Joe
Yeah, and
artist. Right?
that's the funny is like back in the day, when I was working on the stuff, I did actually have guys like kind of walking through Artist Alley at some of these shows, and they'd see my name and stop and go, "Well, wait a minute, are you that Josh Warner?" Why, yes, I am.
It
And that,
depends. Is that Josh Warner owe you money?
yeah, it depends. What you hear. Um, but yeah, no, that was kind of cool. Nice little ego stroke every now and then. Have a guy come up to you, and guy literally came up to me out of the blue at one show, and did walks up with one of the comics I worked on. It was the one that Greg Horn signed, the that had did the cover,
Oh yeah,
and he had Greg Horn sign it, and then wanted me to sign it too. So I mean, signing the same book as Greg Horn is kind of a cool thing.
kind of a big deal. Because even like when we were chatting the other day, and you mentioned Transformers and GI Joe, I think it was last week or the week before. Like
Mhm.
you told me this before, over the last whatever amount of time we've been chatting,
Right,
but I just forgot.
right.
Right?
Yeah, it's yeah, yeah. That was probably the biggest thing I worked on, aside from it's like, okay, you're like the official, um, you're an official GI Joe artist or whatever, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's about as big as it gets, and then now you're quote unquote an official Marvel
Sweet.
licensed artist.
Yeah, I don't know what.
It doesn't matter. You play it up, you know.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, no, you definitely play it up, but
Yeah,
just
am I officially an official Marvel artist? No, I'm a freelance guy for Upper Deck, but
yeah.
doesn't mean you don't put official Marvel artist on your Twitter feed, you know? Let's see.
Okay, starting to push the well, pushing. We're over the 2 hour mark where I am. I need to get my ass home.
All right.
In a minute. I'm just about to finish this bad boy here.
Yeah, you got at some point in time you got to call it quits. Stop finishing it. Just be done with it.
Yeah, because I think I said I'm almost done like 45 minutes ago.
Right, right.
And then I started adding texture to the skin. That's how I roll.
No, I work the same way. I just keep working it and working it and working it until I screw it up.
Well, I'm hoping not to get to that stage, so I'm just going to walk away.
Yeah.
See if there's any weird spots. That's really the only thing. I didn't quite get the background as smoothly blended as I'd hoped for, but I like it. Got that grain. I think it's gonna.
Yeah, I think it definitely has that chaotic,
Yeah,
explosive kind of vibe, you know?
I need to start doing backgrounds first.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, with that medium.
Yeah, because what I ended up doing yesterday, like if I would have left it white or wouldn't have done that original whatever color wash I had on it initially,
Right.
I could have just left it on a white background and it would have been fine. But
Right.
because I did that initial greenish blue wash, you still see I can't leave like that because it looked like crap, right?
Right.
Do a background, and then as a result, I ended up having to redo the hand and the helmet.
Right.
So figure if I would do the background first, then I can not have to redo half the piece. All right, Rooney. So I don't know if anyone's still watching. Oh, there's still 2 people watching. Jonathan still has it going. He's probably asleep by now.
Or he's got it going in the background and he's in a meeting.
Yeah, or that. Oh, and I finished this guy this morning, but I totally overworked the. I don't know if you can tell.
I gotta look on the big screen when it shows up.
Yeah, you can
Wait.
see I overworked. You see the paper?
Oh yeah.
Tearing? Yeah. So I was gonna do more contrast in the clouds. Like, okay, this thing's starting to tear. So let it dry. I'll spray it, give it a little gloss varnish, and it'll be fine. That was the Haro one that ended up not looking like anything that he does.
Right. No, that was it Harlow or was it Gordon Wills?
That was Haro. Gordon Wills, I think I was working on my Gambit. Round 9 on that. Gambit. So yes, I gotta take this guy home and varnish him. I should make the paper subtle. And stop using crap paper.
What do you use?
Well, now I use 300G watercolor paper.
Oh, okay.
That works really well. The backing board's not bad. I mean, this from the Stream Data, this is a backing board. The Ultron thing that I started with on the Sean stream.
Oh, right.
But I went really wet with it, and it's starting to lose. Like it's starting to crumble a bit.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like if it makes sense just to gesso it first.
Yeah, but then just use watercolor paper.
Right.
Right. At that point, I'm just doing it for the sake of using a backing board, right?
Right. Because the stuff doesn't, the acrylics don't really stick to the. You said it doesn't really stick to the glossy side, right?
No, the glossy side it doesn't. But on the other side, it's fine.
When you do your paintings, do you go wash all the way through, or do you start thickening things up as you layer things up?
It gets thicker as I layer it up.
No, I'm at the paint that you're working with, not the paint on the paper.
Yeah. Less water.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. You know what's really good is if you get extender medium, then you don't need to use water. And I tried it and it works really well, but then it takes forever to dry. So you gotta I gotta do on one of the next ones I do when I do a background. We'll do the background with extender so I can blend it really well, and then just let it sit for a day. And then do the rest. So yeah, because then it starts behaving more like oil.
Right.
Right. So you can do I could have done like red, orange, yellow, white, like in stripes, and then take a soft brush and just blend it like you would with oil or heavy body acrylics, like when you just lay down thick paint.
Right.
Yeah. There's Jonathan. He's still him. He's a trooper, that one.
Yeah, he is.
Group hug. Okay, man. I gotta get my ass home.
All right, sounds good. I'm basically in the home stretch on this.
Yeah, bring it up to the camera. Get a little.
Yeah, let me get. Jeez, hold on. Just got to get my. I don't know why this isn't flowing as well. All right. Yeah, I basically have to. I got to do a couple more little tweaks on some highlights and then just ink.
No, yeah, looks good. Cute.
So.
Oh, you didn't do the golden arches though.
The what?
Like golden arches or a burger joint in the background.
Nah, I just did a lightning bolt.
All right.
So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. So
Pleasure. Yeah, I'll chat with you later on. And for whoever's watching this, whenever you're watching, follow Jalen Warner
at JL Warner 72 on Instagram, Art of Jalen Warner on the Facebook. And that's really kind of the only stuff that matters. So.
That's all that matters. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Catch you next time.
All right, brother.
Bye.